Good morning students. In today's session we are going to see the concept of uniform plane waves, types of electromagnetic waves, wave propagation equation in a lossless media. First we wanted to understand what is meant by a plane wave. Wave is nothing but it is a physical phenomena which appears at one particular time with a one magnitude and it reflects with some other magnitude in another time. Now here we wanted to see the concept of uniform plane wave, electromagnetic waves, wave propagation equation in lossless media. Why this is required? In the sense it is one of the application of your electromagnetic field theory where the concept of both the electrostatics as well as the magnetostatics is taken into consideration. First we'll see the definition. The uniform plane wave is defined as the magnitude of electric and magnetic field. They are the same at all points in the direction of propagation. For example, if you are having y-axis, x-axis, z-axis and it is your x-axis, if the wave is propagated in x-axis, the direction of propagation of the wave is going to remain same. But what is the magnitude? It is a physical phenomenon which appears at one particular time and it ends at another time. But the magnitude is going to remain same irrespective of whether it is going to be an electric field or it is going to be your magnetic field. Therefore, uniform plane wave is nothing but it is defined as the magnitude of electric or magnetic field and the direction of propagation, that is they are all same at all points in the direction of the propagation. The electric and magnetic fields are orthogonal to the direction of propagation in terms of energy. The wave phenomena is defined as the exchange of two different forms of energy. Here, when you are going to consider the electric field and magnetic field, both your electric field and magnetic field are orthogonal. That is, to the direction of your electric field, your magnetic field intensity is going to be perpendicular. In terms of energy, if you define the wave is nothing but it is the exchange of two different forms of energy. It is meant that the time rate of change of one form triggers the other to the spatial change. Waves do not have mass but contain energy, momentum and velocity. So when you are going to see the structure of the wave, this is going to be the wave. Okay. Looking at the wave, it is starting at one particular time, finishing at another time. So looking at this, it is going to have the velocity. It means that it is moving. It is not remaining at the same place. It is moving. So it is going to exhibit a velocity and also energy. It is having a certain magnitude for certain amount of time. So energy is nothing but work done to move a charge from one point to other point in the presence of your electric field. That is nothing but your work done. That is nothing but your energy. And momentum and velocity. So when you are going to read about the wave propagation equation, it is the time rate of change of one form trigger the other to the spatial change. So waves do not have mass but contain energy, momentum and velocity. Then the example of wave propagation equation, the waves can either be your voltage wave or current wave on a transmission line, seismic waves, sound waves and water waves. This comes under your communication system. So if I am talking, it is reaching to the opponent person in the form of waves. Whatever we are speaking, that is reachable to the opponent person in the form of waves. Here under communication system, seismic waves, sound waves and water waves is an example. Whereas in case of your transmission line, the waves are going to be the voltage wave and current wave. Electromagnetic wave. So this is the electromagnetic waves. When you look at this, you can see the waves propagated along your y-axis direction. The wavelength is defined from maximum point of your one wave to the second wave maximum point. So it is your wavelength and the wavelength is represented with a term called lambda. And in the direction of your, it is your wave propagated direction and the direction of the magnetic field is along your x-axis and the direction of your electric field is along your z-axis. The electromagnetic waves generating from source are spherical. At large distances from the source, they behave as plane waves. When the electric and magnetic field vectors of a wave are in planes perpendicular to the direction of the propagation, say the z-axis, it is called as your plane wave. You can see the electric and magnetic field. It is the direction of your magnetic field and this is your direction of your electric field. The direction of the magnetic field is along your x-axis and the direction of your electric field is along your z-axis. When you look at the angle made between your electric field and magnetic field, both are going to be perpendicular to the direction of propagation of the wave. It is the direction of propagation of the wave. For example, if we are going to propagate the wave in x-axis, you can see here in x-axis the wave is getting propagated. At that moment, the direction of your electric field is intensity is along your y-axis and the direction of your magnetic field intensity is along your z-axis. When you for the direction of propagation of the wave, your electric field and magnetic field intensity are perpendicular and this is called as your plane wave. This is the concept of your plane wave. There are different waves. This is transverse electromagnetic waves. Transverse electromagnetic wave, in the sense we should prove that the electromagnetic waves are transverse in nature. That is, it is nothing but your plane wave, where you have to prove that your electric field and the magnetic field intensity is perpendicular. Now, types of electromagnetic waves. There are different types of waves where we need to concentrate on the analysis. Longitudinal wave, transverse wave, linearly polarized wave and circularly polarized wave. So, in wave propagation equation, we are going to read about the plane waves. Under electromagnetic waves, you are going to have a longitudinal wave, transverse wave, linearly polarized wave and circularly polarized wave. When you are going to focus on wave propagation equation in case of your conducting media or in a lossy media, at that moment we need to identify what is the reflection coefficient, what is the transmission coefficient, what is your transmitted wave and what is your reflected wave. We need to identify. Now we are going to see the wave propagation equation in a lossy media and how exactly we are going to derive the wave propagation equation in a lossy media in terms of electric field intensity and electric flux density. Before getting into the expression, we wanted to see what are all the different Maxwell's equation required to solve the wave propagation equation in a lossy media. So in a lossless medium means in a non-conducting media. In a non-conducting media, the value of your volume charge density rho v is equal to 0. Conductivity will be equal to 0 and you have to assume the medium to be an isotropic one. And for this, the value of your Maxwell's equation for the steady state field according to Gauss's law, Faraday's law, it is given as, like both in integral form and point form is given over here. We have to keep this Maxwell's equation as a base and we need to identify the Maxwell's equation that is supporting the wave propagation. So the Maxwell's equation required for a lossless medium or a non-conducting medium is going to be Gauss's law. So it is a non-conducting medium. Therefore the conductivity is going to be 0. When the conductivity is going to be 0, the charge is going to be 0. When the charge is 0, we can write the Gauss's law in case of your electrostatic field as integral over the closed surface d dot ds is equal to 0. Divergence dot d is equal to 0. This is known as your Gauss's law in electric field. Faraday's law, integral over the closed surface E dot dl is equal to integral over the closed surface dou b divided by dou t, and the point form is curl E is equal to minus dou b divided by dou t. We are going to utilize the point form of Maxwell's equation when we start the analysis of wave propagation equation in a lossless medium. And the Ampere's law, here also the magnetic field intensity is going to be 0. Therefore, the divergence dot B is equal to 0. Wave propagation equation for lossless medium or non-conducting medium. In this, we need to identify the wave propagation equation in terms of your electric field intensity and in terms of your magnetic field intensity. For this, we need to use the first equation and fourth equation of your Maxwell's equation. That is the second equation and the fourth equation. So the second equation, curl H is equal to dou D divided by dou T. We have to assume in case of your lossless media, we know that curl H is equal to dou D divided by dou T, where differentiating the equation with respect to T, we will get dou by dou T of curl H is equal to dou by dou T of dou D divided by dou T. And here curl, you can take it outside. Curl of dou H divided by dou T is equal to dou square D divided by dou T square. So the order of differentiation on your left hand side, it will be singular, like dou H curl of dou H divided by dou T. And here the order of the differentiation on LHS may be changed as the curl operation itself is a differentiation. So we'll get the above equation as curl of dou H by dou T is equal to dou square D divided by dou T square. The relationship between your electric field intensity and electric flux density is equal to D is equal to epsilon into E. When you substitute the value of D over here, you will get epsilon is constant, dou square E divided by dou T square. Keeping this equation, again you have to take the curl E is equal to minus dou B divided by dou T. Here we wanted to take curl on both sides. Taking curl on both sides, we will get curl of curl E is equal to minus curl of dou B divided by dou T. Here dou by dou T you can take it outside. B in terms of mu and H you have to write it. We'll get curl of dou H divided by dou T. Already we have identified the curl of dou H by dou T is equal to epsilon into dou square E divided by dou T square. So the value of the curl of dou H divided by dou T can be written as epsilon dou square E divided by dou T square. Replacing it with the equation, we will get curl of curl E is equal to minus mu into epsilon into dou square E divided by dou T square. Now we wanted to apply the vector identity for curl of curl E. Curl of curl E vector identity if you apply, you will get divergence of divergence E minus divergence square E according to the identity shown over here. Substituting the vector rule for the left side of the equation, we will get curl of curl E is equal to divergence E minus divergence square E. Divergence dot E will be equal to 0 because we know that divergence dot D is equal to rho V. In a lossless medium, divergence dot D is equal to 0 because your charge density is going to be 0. If you are taking D in terms of E, you will get epsilon into E, which is equal to 0. Therefore, from this it is understood that epsilon of divergence dot E will be equal to 0. So when you are doing so, you will get epsilon divergence dot D is 0. In this, it is equal to 0. Therefore, when you take curl of curl E, you will get minus divergence square E, which is equal to minus mu epsilon dou square E divided by dou T square. It is your wave propagation equation in free space in terms of E. Now we wanted to identify the wave propagation equation in terms of H. For that, the Maxwell's equation, what we need to use is curl E is equal to minus dou B by dou T. Differentiating the above equation with respect to T, you will get dou by dou T of curl E is equal to dou by dou T minus dou B by dou T. Here it is a curl. Your left hand side it is a curl. So you can take the differentiation towards the E factor. When you take it, you will get curl of dou E by dou T is equal to minus mu into dou square H divided by dou T square. Here B in terms of mu and H we are writing. Later, we have to identify curl H is equal to dou D by dou T. In this, taking curl on both sides, we will get curl of curl H is equal to curl of dou D by dou T. D you can replace it in terms of E. So if you replace it, you will be getting the equation curl of curl H is equal to epsilon d in terms of E is nothing but d in terms of E, we can write it as d is equal to epsilon into E. So epsilon into curl of dou E by dou t. We know that curl of dou E by dou t is mu into dou B divided by dou square H divided by dou t square. Taking vector rule on your left hand side, we will get divergence square H. Divergence square H is equal to minus mu epsilon dou square H divided by dou t square. Minus sign if you remove, you will get divergence square H is equal to mu epsilon dou square H divided by dou t square. This is the equation representing the wave propagation equation in free space in terms of H. Therefore, we will get the wave propagation equation in terms of E along your x-axis, y-axis and z-axis can be written as mu epsilon dou square Ex by dou t square. With respect to y, mu epsilon dou square Ey by dou t square, mu epsilon dou square Ez divided by dou t square. It is for your E parameter. For DHB, we can obtain a similar type of equation like, suppose if I wanted to identify D, here divergence square dx is equal to mu epsilon dou square dx by dt square. Similarly, we can obtain the same wave propagation equation in terms of H and B. Thank you, students.